Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Lee Pitts Live. We're here, Johnny on the spot, and yes, I am a member of Phi Beta Sigma fraternity. I pledged back in 1980. I'm old school, and I'm proud of it. Back at Talladega College in Alabama, in HBCU. Right now, having pledged Phi Beta Sigma, it has brought me to this point of hosting a TV show on CBS here in Southern Florida. We're in Southwest Florida, Fort Myers, and Lee Pitts Live is Johnny on the spot as we cover a King's Brunch, which is a breakfast for men in the community and fathers. We're here at the Popular Stars Complex. Yes, that Stars Complex that you guys know me very well for as a swimming instructor during the 1990s as we went on to win the district championship as one of the top swimming teams in the state of Florida, and I was the head coach. We're here with some gentlemen who have come out, showed up, and showed out to a men's celebration event, and we're so glad to have both of them here in the community. I know you, Church, are from Dunbar. I don't know if you are from Dunbar. Hold your mic up.
Absolutely. So, Ron Mathews of Genesis Real Estate Development. Born in Chicago, but raised my whole life here in Fort Myers, Florida.
Okay, so you're from Dunbar.
Absolutely.
I'm from Dunbar, too. I've been here all my adult life. Church, give your full name.
Jermaine Church. Jermaine Joshua Church, by the way, yes, Fort Myers, Florida. And I grew up at the Stars Complex, where we're sitting at right now.
An original OG from Dunbar.
Original OG.
And a filmmaker and writer right here in the community.
But most importantly, a daddy, a father. And that's why I'm glad this is a high honor here today, because us dads don't ever get to do this. And I did a lot of networking with a lot of other fathers today that actually watched me on social media and was like, man, how you do this with your daughters? Because their daughters are younger. And I was able to give a little knowledge that I went through with my best friends / my daughters. So today was real cool for me.
Well, that's a great testimony, man, to hear from you, bro. And how many kids you have here today?
My daughters, they 18 and 17, my oldest two, so I'm not cool enough for them to hang with me right now. Nah, my oldest at work, and my 17-year-old is sick at the moment. My 7-year-old stays with her mom, but they still wouldn't have came.
They don't know how cool you are.
Nah. They. You know what's crazy, Mr. Pitts? They asked me last year, Dad, how far you had to walk to school and stuff back in the days? I'm like, your daddy grew up in the era where we had school buses. They think like we grew up like before segregation and stuff. Like, no, baby.
They did to walk 20 miles to school in the snow with no shoes on.
Yeah, they got the wrong. That's what your grandparents went through, and they parents, not your daddy.
And you got to tell those stories, though. Make up some stories. Everybody had it tougher than this. Every generation claimed they had it tougher, right?
That's what they say. Mine was pretty good, man.
Get that mic up there.
Yeah, I had a good lifestyle. I had a good childhood, man. I grew up at the Rec. I grew up before the Stars Complex was the Stars. I grew up at the Rec next door. Mm-hmm. So, we grew up with Miss Hughes and Mr. West.
Right.
So
and
old school. So for me, it was one of them things growing up here, man. You had neighborhoods where you had community. Everybody knew everybody and hung out with everybody. Pre-cell phones, pre-tablets. You had to go outside. Mm-hmm. Wasn't no video games like that to keep you in the house. Mm-hmm. So we grew up in that era.
I'm trying to think of Fred's last name. His dad, he was pretty big. Yeah, Mr. Morgan. I heard
him, Mr. Morgan.
Too,
yes, sir.
Center World.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Middlebrooks.
Yes, sir. We had some old gentlemen that's on their way out now, man, that put a lot of groundwork in for us young cats then to be the next wave of leaders in this community. Mm-hmm. Did a great job planting the seeds, and it's an honor to be able to come back home and do work with people that you knew and grew up with, versus going to a city that you don't know. Mm-hmm. So I'm thankful and proud to be back in my city working.
That's great. How you enjoying this program today, and why do you think it's so important?
I mean, I love it, man. You don't see things for fathers too often. Mother's Day is every day. And so to have something for dads, I mean, I think it's important, and I look for it next year being bigger and every year growing. Mm-hmm. It's important to pay homage to fathers and for men to connect and with each other. because we often don't do that. So I think it's a great thing they doing.
How did you hear about this and what brought you out? Did you have some kids here today?
I have 4 kids with me today, man.
Okay.
I have my 2 biological kids and my 2 step kids. And I got a text message from somebody, but I just knew about a month and a half ago, but I just sent it out to some people. I wanted to make sure that I showed my presence. Just as a father that's doing something and want to see other men that's doing something.
Man, this is powerful, man.
It is.
Powerful.
It is, and it's necessary.
And you guys already knew each other in
Oh, yeah.
passing
Oh,
over
yeah.
the years? Yeah.
Absolutely.
Now,
I've been beating him in spades since back in college in 2004 and stuff.
You're beating him up. Make sure we
back in
understand that.
Tallahassee.
So
right?
y'all know that's hype. What the kids call it, cap.
You know what, Mr. Pitts? I didn't mean to cut you off. We was able to be kids growing up. We were able to be outside. Our parents didn't worry as much. Nowadays, we so worried about our kids because of what happens in groups of kids nowadays versus what happened back then. Back then, we fought, we got dirty, we came home, we ate, we went to sleep, and we did it again. Now, the kids not allowed to be kids, so they're growing up in technology. Now, they're going to be smarter than us, but they didn't grow up to be social.
Right.
And events like
Right, they
this
just got their heads down, don't they?
and events like this is good to have see some of the kids rolling around. But if we would have walked around in here, most of the kids are in their cell phones. So it's good that we were able to grow up and actually be kids in my area anyway, 80s baby. And,
My era too.
And that's what's missing. Like we was outside, we had bicycles, we met up, we did.
You don't see nobody on Christmas morning outside. Nobody
outside.
You go outside on Christmas morning, it's dead.
Dead, man.
They shot marbles.
Remember, you go, and everybody know what a smooth street is. Where you go skate. It'll be every neighborhood got a smooth street.
Come on.
Everybody out there listening to me, they know where they smooth street was. Everybody over there skating.
I'm trying to bring it back.
A smooth parking lot.
I brought my daughter's skates this year for Christmas. We're trying to bring it back.
You know what else too? We didn't get sick back in the days because we was always in the dirt. Like we lived on the land. We was in the dirt. We had wingworms and chicken pox. Like we had all that. They ain't got none of that stuff.
Joker asked me if I got COVID. I said, I ain't getting no COVID, but I got dirt in my system, man. I got that real immune system.
This is real dads right
Yeah.
here. What do you hope when people leave here today, have an experience today, what do you hope they take away from today's experience?
I think for the fathers, I want them to take away the fact that they're celebrated and they're loved and appreciated. And as a networking side, just men getting together and continuing the conversation. We need more daddy dates, more fathers getting together and going out and hanging out. Moms do it a lot, but fathers don't as much. So my hope is that it continues and that, the group strengthens and next year it's overflowing with people.
Have more of them playing spades like you have them going.
Big time.
Spade. I'm going to give you a minute on this, and I'm going to get back to you in the future on this. But I want to give you time to mention the stuff that you got coming up. And that you meant, people heard you say something about real estate. So go ahead and say a little bit about that.
So my focus right now, my company is Genesis Real Estate Development, and we're focused on solving housing. So we have a mortgage company, we have a bank, we have land, and our whole goal is putting families in the home. So we build at price point. So if you got $200,000, we'll build your house for that. You got $300,000, we'll build you whatever you can afford. And we build that for families, not for investors.
Tell them how to get in touch with you.
You can reach me at Genesis, Genesis, Real Estate Development, LLC, at gmail.com. Ron Mathews.
Phone number. Give them an old-fashioned phone number.
Old-fashioned. This is a landline. 239-247-8849.
Say it one more time.
239-247-8849.
Old school.
That's good old school, huh?
All right. What do you hope that people take away from this? And also, we want people to know that you're a pretty successful filmmaker and writer. And right now, I think they can go and watch some of your work online, right?
Yes, sir. At Amazon Prime, Tubi, Fandango Now, Vudu, Reveal.
What do they need to put in there?
Just type in friend or foe. Or if they want to see, or they can type in Sexaholics. I got 2 movies out. I'm not ashamed. Right. But Sexaholics and Friend of Four, they'll come up. You can even Google it now, and they show the platforms that they're on. But I want dads to take away from is the questions. And I say that because one of the young men in here that's actually hosting it, Brian Kelly, he came to my table and he sat with me. He was like, man, I got my 9-year-old daughter, and I've been watching you with your daughters. They're older. He said, I took her to the doctor the other day, and the doctor asked her first question that blew me because I wasn't ready for it. He asked her, did she start having her periods yet? And he said, bro, I wasn't ready for that type of question. I said, those the tough ones, bro. He's like, because I don't want to think about that. The girl at that moment, she's 9. I said, yeah, bro, between that 9 and 11, getting the stages. So questions, like, especially those type of questions, is what fathers take from.
I never had to deal with that because I got a son. So it's interesting for me to listen to y'all, hear you talk about that. You got a daughter too, right?
Yeah.
Thank God I got a son.
So those are tough questions that men, a man asking another man, a dad asking another dad those type of questions are kind of cool because I'm able to tell my experiences and how nervous my daughters was when they used to even tell me that it was their time of the month. They're like, Dad, my situation came again, so I got to go scramble to go try to find the proper usage.
Wow.
So yeah,
You can relate a little bit.
Nah, Mom handled them. Nah, Mom handled them situations with me. Thank God.
Well, gentlemen, it's been a pleasure to have you both of you here.
Thank you very much.
I
It's a
love
pleasure
Lee
to be
Pitts
here.
Live, man.
All right, here we go. Here we go. We're going to sign out. You're going to have to learn this, man. Remember, Miami might have the oranges, but a King's brunch here at the Stars Complex has got the juice. Got the
juice.
Let's try that one more time. Miami might have the oranges, but a King's brunch right here at the Stars Complex with Lee Pitts Live as the media sponsor has got the
Juice.
We'll be right back.
Hello everybody, this is Lee. I'm so glad that you watched that particular show, and if you enjoyed that show, we got other shows like that. Just subscribe to our YouTube channel, watch Lee Pitts Live on demand anytime, and also hit us up on all our social media platforms. Just type in Lee Pitts Live, and there you go.